Alright, I think we live. Okay, it's your boy k-blao, Hood X. You sign up for hoodx.com. Back with Poemoe from Godspeed. Make sure you also check out Godspeed.com. Sign up. Make sure you like Godspeed on Facebook. We're gonna pick up the conversation where we started off yesterday because he was breaking down Orion. This is a very big jewel to understand. So we're gonna basically pick up where we left off yesterday. But I do got some questions for you. You know what I'm saying? Because after we was talking, I went online and just started Googling, a lot of keywords about the shit we was talking about. Like I looked up Orion. I Googled Orion. I Googled the Nordics. I Googled the Dracons. I found a lot of wild shit that was basically exactly what you were saying, but like the way you break it down is just a little bit more 2017. You know what I'm saying? But like I found a lot of stuff on David Icke, who used to talk about these things. He used to talk about reptilians and shit like this, and like these multi-dimensional beings that could cross over from the unseen into the seen and possess people. I also found some videos by this guy named Chuck Missler, who was breaking a lot of this stuff down. But I just want to read. I found this. I Googled Orion Nordics, and then I found this article. I just want to read a little bit of it, and then I'm gonna refer to this as me and you talking. But I just want to hear some of your interpretations on some of what this stuff says. So let me know if you can hear me.
Okay.
I found this. It says Alpha Draconis / the Orion Group. So I guess another name for them is the Alpha Draconis. It says the direction life force collected through the NRG grids is a hierarchical and managed by the Alpha Draconis system in the Orion constellation. However, multiple conflicts exist within the system and fight for its resources among many species, the reptilian and draconian levels of contingents. There is a vast system of bottom feeders and defectors. The Orion group is a satanic force that has predatorial ideology that uses females as slaves or breeders while seeking territorial dominion on other planets within warring and killing culture. Their position in the NAA is a consortium of negative aliens is called the Black Sun Program. They are predatorial force with a predator mind, which is mainly responsible for creating much negative ego in humanity through mind control programming, and they have introduced financial debt enslavement to the planet Earth through banking cartels. Additionally, the Nordics are blonde-looking humans from Orion and are predatorial. These species is responsible for spreading racism, genetic discrimination, genetic experimentation such as Nazi ideology, and they are proponents promoting their belief system of genetic superiority through spiritual abuse methods of eugenics. This Nordic group was directly involved in Hitler Germany World War II. Draco species are potentially capable of shape-shifting and have extremely developed psionic abilities which allow them to possess or enter bodies through consciousness projection. Therefore, as they originate from the Phantom Matrix, a system of satanic-based affected entities, many of these Draco entities are confused by people as the devil or believing they are Satan as an individual figure. That's a lot of shit I just read, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And like to the untrained ear, it'd be probably difficult to fully understand some of the shit that I'm saying in here. So like that's why I'm talking to you and translating. Like I know you probably picked up on the majority of what I'm saying, but like to the untrained ear, that sounds like a lot to take in. So what do you get from what I just read?
Well, we're gonna use that as an introduction. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna start a little backwards, but I want you to dip in and out of that so we can break each section down. Because it's a lot of chunk. It's a big chunk. So, but I'm gonna start from the back. I'm gonna start from the back when they say it's funny how people.
Where you at? Oh no.
You think they're the devil or these Satans,
Hold on. You gotta go back because.
Smith, they trying to call me and shit, man, just so fucking happy. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But like I was saying, man,
start from the top for me.
Alright. right? We're gonna go to the back. From the back, it said like, okay, funny how some people think, you know, they satanic worshippers or they the devil, or some people say, oh, that motherfucker the devil. But really, they laughing because of the aspect. They saying that the devil mind or the devil entity is only a projection of their ass. So how can you ever say that you them when all they doing is projecting their mind conscious and mind spirit into you? So that's you know, that's pretty much to clear that up. It's like you not the devil. That mentality you got is not natural to you. You don't know that mentality is unnatural. That's our mentality projected into you. And we be using your ass so long that you think that I am you or we are you. And I know you said something about Draconians now and Orion. Now you got to think Orion is the sum total constellation. You know, that's the area, that's the hood, that's the name of their world. You know what I'm saying? And Orion is like the higher hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Draconians that's right up under them or right next to them. Like it's like the Republicans and the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? But they all under America. So the Dracons, they just like right up under them. Then they got bottom feeders, like the little grays you see, them little aliens, them like bottom feeders. They got like, you know, shadow walkers. It would be considered compared to these motherfuckers bottom feeders, you know. But so far, Orion is the hierarchy. The Draconian is an extension of the hierarchy. They're the motherfuckers who gonna get the job done. They're gonna go out here and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take their orders from the architect, which is Orion them, and the Draconians with Orion gonna go down here and make it happen. The Draconians is more of a beastly nature. That's when you go to Draconians, let's take it from Orion and Draconians hitting Earth. That's when you go to Adam and Eve. Now you got the snake in the garden, because the Draconians are a reptilian looking, you know, thing. If you was to use the imagination and envision it, it looked like a motherfucking snake man, you know, a damn snake, you know, and shape-shifting. So that shape-shifting shit is kind of ideal of what you see on these conspiracy TV theory things when you actually see the motherfucker. Now, I don't know, was it Katy Pierce or something, where her eyes went left, right instead of up, down? Just the lizard. You know, if you ever go to any of that Caucasian conspiracy stuff, when they show you the news medias with people disappearing and they start turning into a reptile and then they fade back, that's what the fuck that is, shape-shifting. You're actually looking at a draconian entity shape-shifting, but it's losing its frequency, and when it loses its frequency, it kind of fades out like a phone, then fade back in. But not to get off the topic, they the ones that's down here fucking around. You know, they the ones that's gonna go, you know, Adam and Eve. Eve talking to the snake was really the Draconian. Eve up here getting possessed by the Draconian. Now, if you say, well, how is that possible? Go back and read k-blao for me when you said they use women as, or you said something about they use women.
Yeah. The Orion group is a satanic force that has predatorial ideology that uses females as slaves or breeders.
There you go. Now let's go back to Adam and Eve and the snake in the garden. How do that add up to you? Can you see the connection? Adam and Eve and the snake in the garden. Yeah. The Draconian using women as, what you say, breeders?
Yeah, or as we say, saying her next say we use women as portals.
As portals, there you go. Eve was a portal. Eve was the breeder.
They have a relationship with the unseen, you know, a relationship with what in the Bible they call is the devil or Satan. And I see what they're saying here is that, like it said therefore they originate from the Phantom Matrix system of satanic based infected entities. Many of these Draco entities are confused by people as the devil or believing they are Satan as an individual figure. So I see that, like, you know, how they say in the Bible, Eve was talking to the devil, how, you know, same like this, basically saying, well, she wasn't necessarily talking to Satan, she was talking to a Dracon, basically. I
think, why would they put it, Eve talking to the snake in the garden and then relate the snake to the devil? You see what I'm saying? Now, let's go back to what they said. It's funny how y'all think that we the devil when really we ain't that. That's basically what they tell you. We are it. You not the devil. It's us, you know what I'm saying, teleporting our thoughts and mind into your ass. You ain't the damn devil, nigga. If I stop fucking with you, you're going to be a total different person. You know what I'm saying? But you were speculating on something. So like you say, in Hood X, we said they use women as portals. So women think, oh, you niggas biased, you know, you niggas just be talking about bitches. But nah, if this the goddamn program, if this the science, then we gonna call it out for what it is. You know, fuck all that water mind frame shit. Like, let's not say that because the women might get offended. So therefore, we should let the females just be sucked up and used easily as portals for these motherfuckers to fuck the black guys up. Hell no, we gonna call y'all on y'all shit, and we gonna let you know what time it is, and maybe you can block that shit out. Not to get so, you know, so into it, but this is the main program that's going on now. The women are the breeders. So you got breeders, you got Section 8. Section 8 is the basket, the playground, the area for the breeding grounds. You see what I'm saying? So you get the woman to have kids by so many different brothers and, you know, niggas and shit. Then you give them the Section 8, which is the breeding ground. And then you put the TV, you implement this, you know, whatever that, you know, the woman mind is popping towards, like power, like empire, you know what I'm saying? And all these flashes of this type of stuff is going through these children's mind. You know what I'm saying? Shorty just killed the man. They on there kissing on TV. Then you got basketball wives, and they know the women are more susceptible to these shows. So you got that type of energy. They say, okay, well, we're going to put all of this blue beam energy into this Section 8 house. And once we do that, it's going to spill out into the kids, the music, the radio, the conversation, just the thought. So now when you say breeders, you say, well, how do that, you know, coincide with a fucking alien? Like, what is he doing? Well, he's creating his own energy dynamic. Now, they feed off our misery, pain. They feed off that steam of depression. They feed, you know, if you ever go somewhere, if you ever go to the suburb, it's shiny and bright. And then when you start getting towards the land of hood or Chicago, it starts getting dark and gray. The whole, if you're sensitive, you can feel that. Well, they feed off that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? And that shit evaporates into a cloud, you know, like orgone energy. And that's what they feed off of. So in order to produce the negative orgone energy, they goddamn it come at us like, you know, create fucked up situations. So now, the easiest way to do that is to set up a basket, a breeding ground, which is Section 8. Now, you got the woman in there. Now you get the men around and plant their seed in it, and then all these different men and planting their seed. The babies come out all over the house and shit running around. Now you need the sound effects and the frequencies. So now they bombard these Section 8 apartments with negative or draconian frequencies. So now when you see the kid was only 12 years old, blew the motherfucking nigga head off. You see what I'm saying? It's simple now.
Yeah, I'm gonna read some of this and tell me what you think it is. It says,
go ahead.
Extraterrestrials that are hybridized with reptilian-based genetics operate in a strict hierarchical system of rank and defer to their superior groups. The Dracos or the Draconians from the Alpha Draconis are in command of the Earth-based subterranean reptiles who respect their superiors and belief system that the Drakes are those who hold ownership over Earth and human beings. Draco reptilians view themselves as the most intelligent species in the universe, and that Earth humans are a result of their biological seeding processes from multiple planets. The Alpha Draconis Draco have royal class that appear to be lighter colors, white skin, scales with winged appendages, and are about 2 or 3 times the size of an average human and very muscular. They are quite menacing and tyrannical, showing little mercy to an entity of their own race that they think has defied their orders or responsibilities to manage their earthly resources. Earth-based reptilians appear to be in command over biological entities known as small grays. The reptilians have developed high psionic abilities which they use for mind controlling other entities and do not have an emotional body or soul body. So what is that?
That's a lot. You got to break a little bit of that down. But I'm going to give it to you about the big muscular, the bodies. So now you go back to David and Goliath. Goliath was nothing but a big ass draconian, a dracon. You see how the scriptures are all talking about that shit? And David was the god body. He was the nigga who was able to defeat the big ass dracon. You know what I'm saying?
So what
you
about?
something? Well, you know, you got to give me something else. Give me something. Break me on down in there. That's a lot.
It say that Draco reptilians view themselves as the most intelligent species in the universe, and that Earth humans are a result of their biological seeding processes from multiple planets.
Oh, that's what they believe, but really it's their ego. It's what you see now. It's the Piscean nature. It's like I'm the only one. Oh, you know, I'm the sacred one on Earth. You know what I'm saying? But what's the questions from that? That's just some shit they believe. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But they
I
gonna
was just really just getting your interpretation. But I do remember what we were talking about, a weird ranking system. Like it say that they run their shit in hierarchical systems of rank.
well, you got to see the white. Well, basically, okay. Now let's go to Britain, Queen Elizabeth. That's what you got right there. That's how they connect. That's the connection with the blue bloods. The blue. That's Queen Elizabeth is the beginning, or is our thumbprint of their hierarchy. That's how we're looking. That's probably what the main station that is in Britain. She a blue blood. She a blue blood. She part of that shit. She a draconian, probably an offspring or some shit.
They say they do not have an emotional body or a soul body.
That means you can still have a physical body, but you can still be here, but you don't have a emotional body, meaning you have no empathy, you don't feel shit. And then a soul body, meaning it's like the reset every day. It's like you brand new. They don't have a soul. They don't have history of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't have they not how could I put this shit? Like they die. You know, they don't have a soul body. There ain't no going back. Ain't no reincarnating over. You know what I'm saying? It's like extendable beings. But for the most part, they don't have an emotional body. That's why they ruthless like they is. Like they don't give a fuck. You know, how under the Joel Osteen Act, you really think that nigga care about what people think? He don't have it like that. The emotional body. He don't give a fuck. He don't even know why that feel. That's why he passing out the collection plate still.
Let's say here, it say drakes are extremely militant, misogynistic, and a warring species that are very involved in controlling the power elite, the financial, the pharmaceutical, and banking institutions, promoting war and killing through increased militarization, poverty consciousness, human enslavement programming, religious violence, terrorism, and harvesting of human DNA through abduction, experimentation, as well as other species they have under control.
Now, what's the question to that? Because you see that going on, but it's clear as day. What you realize is they mind. If a nigga say, what the fuck, I don't see that. I don't see how they controlling us. What you trying to say? They taking over the humans? Now, from what you just read, don't you see that agenda already been laid out?
Yeah, I don't see invisible aliens, though, you know, control.
But you're going to see their thumbprint. You know, you're going to see their effects. You know what I'm saying? You see, come on, man. You see, okay, I'm going to give you an example. You see Joel Osteen and what he did, and people still, and Tyler Perry gave him money. That's their effects. That's their thumbprint. You see Donald Trump, the president. That's their effects. That's their thumbprint. That's just a small example, but you're not gonna see them. You know what I'm saying? Per se, you're gonna see the closest you're gonna get is Queen Elizabeth. Or if you go downtown, you see them big tall ass Nordic-looking white dudes and them blonde-haired white bitches. You know that they real like that. First of all, they slender as hell, then they tall than a motherfucker. And you can look at them and tell they have there's something missing. It's more like a robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like go downtown, you'll see a lot of them downtown. In the uppity class, you know, you can tell a lot of like some white people got soul, but some of them, you know, you can tell something missing. You know, some ain't quite there.
Okay, this reminds me of what you were talking about with the Shadow Walkers. This say the Draconians are the oldest reptilian race in our universe. Their forefathers came into the universe from another separate universe or reality system. When this occurred, no one really knows. The Draconians themselves are not really clear on when they got here. The Draconians teach their masses that they were here when the universe first, before humans, and as such they are heirs to the universe and should be considered royalty.
That's where you get.
You were telling me the Shadow Walkers. You said they've been around so long that they don't really even know why they exist anymore.
Yeah, right. Like the shit got so fucked up in translation over time. They don't even got the books been broke. The shit been burned, so they forgot their purpose. So they just going around doing shit. You know what I'm saying? From what they know. As far as what you said about what they believe, basically what you reading is an introduction of them. You know, this is like their creed. This is like what they think. This is how they feel. This is kind of how they are. So, you know, you gotta ask questions. Ask me a question from that. You know, like, you know, Cause it's pretty much everything
But no,
so far.
I'm trying to see how this relate. And I mean, your life, like you say, you do see this shit already. But I'm just trying to see first, how does this relate to us in the hood, and how do you see this on a day-to-day basis, and how do this play out to the people that are not aware that, you know, like when I'm, you know, how do I raise my eyes to see this more on a day-to-day basis? You know what I'm saying? How do this shit play out on a day-to-day basis when you're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, the fact that you got unseen forces fucking with people, but they don't even know why they doing this shit they goddamn self. And they're like, people ask them, well, okay, why are they fucking with us? And then they like, well, shit, we don't even know. Basically, you telling me they don't even know themselves why they doing this.
No, they know. You gotta remember, go back to Falling. Azazel could get in anybody but Denzel. Now you gotta replace Denzel with the black man in America, and everybody else is white America. Or just America, not white America, but just America, every race in America. I can't control you, so I need to create something else to control you, more so to say to speak. My job is harder because of you. And if you figure this out and figure out who you is, you really gonna make my job harder and take the planet back. So, I'm gonna create something to fight you so I can keep the planet, but then but in that I gotta create a false reality so y'all can be fighting. You can be fighting against something that don't even know why it's fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the white man against the black man. So we got each other fighting each other when it's already knowing this is just to keep the black man distracted, type shit. So when they say the black man is God, the God just fell asleep. The Draconians know this shit. And what they say, that we just keep this motherfucker asleep then, so we can kick it. So it's like X-Men, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers try to kill us, but we trying to save the world at the same time. You know, it's like, well, do we like fuck these motherfuckers, let them die since they trying to hurt us? Or do we keep rocking and banging it out with them and go up under the higher thought? Little do they know, oh, they so little babies and children and shit, and just have mercy and keep saving the world. But the way it relates to the hood, it breaks down as in, like I say, it's a hurricane and niggas breaking in the shoe store to get some Jordans.
So it's like mind control.
Mind control. Think about that thinking. This is something serious going on, life or death. But even in life or death, a motherfucker worried about how he look. Them shoes, the rings, the rollie, the watches got a motherfucker so gone that they don't even. Come on, man. How can you explain that thinking, G? So let's go. No, let's go back to, so you say how it relate in the hood. Well, let's go back to the Black Panthers and then that shit. That's how it relates in the hood. Look how they turned us. Look at his thumbprint. Look at his signature. The white man can't do that. He ain't that goddamn smart. He had to have help. So you mean to tell me since me and you came up on Earth, all of a sudden you got the beeper. And it went straight from a beeper to what we fucking with now? That's a lot of shit. Well, they gave them something at that particular time. These are little jewels. If you obey and do what the fuck we say, we're going to give you little presents.
Have you ever seen a Dracon or Orion entity? Like, have you ever seen one with your own eyes?
Nah, hell nah. They ain't going to let me.
You seen the thumbprint, though, you say? Like the...
You see it every day.
Give me an example of it.
Look at Chicago. Now, go back to what it said when they used the women as breeders. Go through that, go through Section 8, now go to Chicago. How many murders? Niggas killing each other? What's going on? Niggas dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you say, well, what's the purpose of that? They just have fun? No, the Shadow Walkers have fun off fucking niggas up. These are just ancient entities that have lost their weight. The motherfucking Dracon and Orion is feeding off the fucking energy. They need the energy like a dope fiend need dope, like America need oil, like we need oxygen. They running out of that shit, so they say, oh, he go a place. Let's see, it can produce this type of organ energy that we need. But in this world, the energy that we need is a negative to them. So it harms them by us pulling it and harnessing it from them, you know what I'm saying? So what happened is they create these fucked up ass situations that's creating this argon negative energy over the area like Chicago, where niggas at. And then they feed off that shit. They take that shit, wrap it up, send it back to they place, whatever the fuck they do, and they tip.
Okay, real quick, in a very, very as simple as you can. What do you? I heard you talking about the densities as far as like there being different densities. And
Yeah.
break that down as simple as you can.
Okay, you got first density is hard, earth, the stage. For us, like first density is just earth, brick, hard, the foundation. In reality, in the matrix, it's the stage. So let's think of first density as a stage. It's just something for something to be there. It's something that's there set up
Like
with
matter?
the activity on it. So that's the first density.
Like
The
matter?
second, yeah, matter. Second density is the actual matter in manifestation or the animal. So now you got the animal sitting on top of first density, which is matter. So now you got matter in activity. So now you got matter in activity is the animal, it's the squirrel. So now you got a stage with a squirrel running around. So that's second density. That's animal. That's animal mind. That's animal nature. That's lower self. Supreme lower self, only lower self at that level. Then you got third density. So now you got animal. First you got mass or matter in activity with a purpose. So now you got man. That's the purpose. Now you got a purpose. Now you got a man sitting on the stage with a squirrel. So now you got first density, second density, the squirrel, which is the animal kingdom, the animal nature, and then third density, which is the human nature, with a purpose, direction, able to think and perceive. So now that's three densities. So each density is harder, lower, is slower in vibration than the other. So the slower it gets, the harder it gets. The faster it gets, the lighter it gets. So first density, earth, slow. Second, animal nature, animal kingdom, a little slow. Then third, a little faster. So you see what I'm saying? A lot of people will be, say, stuck, will be in the third density, but being controlled out of the second density, or stuck in the second density. Like I would call certain people races, like animals, that's just learning how to be human. So if you look at motherfuckers living like savages, they just came from the second density, and it's their first experience as being human. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So to say more people is just coming off the third density. They're just learning, more evolved.
Mm. So where do the shadow walkers and Orion and them play into the different densities?
Well, they manipulate the densities, and each density is a certain level of you. Like me in the fifth dimension, by me doing this now, I'm doing that there. So each time I move up in rank in densities or elevate or go higher, you know what I'm saying? It's a different trial, you know what I'm saying? It's the same me but a new me, you know what I'm saying? It's a different me, a better me. So what they do is try to manipulate the density before the density that's to come in order to have, for them to won't have to worry about your ass. So right now, in my seventh density, I'm Supreme God body. So what they're going to do is come back in this third density and try to hit me off in the third density. And if they can't do that, they might have to go to the second, but they can't. So they try to hit me off in the third density, which is now, so I won't be what I am then.
Mm.
In each density, each time you raise in vibration, raise in density, a part of you leave off and another part of you, keep going. So a density is just look at it as a vibratory rate. So me and you can be standing next to each other, and we walking through a house, and I know you ever heard a person walk through a house, and if they're on top of you, it seems like they're stomping, or just you ever seen a person just walking, a skinny person just walking, but they stomping like dum dum dum, and then another motherfucker, and you kind of wonder like why you're not even skinny. I mean, you're not even biggest, you're not even fat, but when you walk hard.
Mm-hmm.
But here, I'm bigger than you, and I walk light. What that is her density is she's on a heavier density. She's on a heavier vibratory rate. See what I'm saying? So she I would be on the third or the fourth density, and she would be on the first or the second. She's on the lower vibration.
Mm.
So vibration, that's the heaviness of our vibration that you hear and walk through the house. more so to say to speak. It don't matter how big you is, but if your vibration heavy, if you just into the low, if you just vibe low, then you gonna start sounding like it's gonna start sounding like bricks when you walk through the house. So that's like like a pair of shoes. A guy body, I have a pair of shoes 10 years, throw them on, they still brand new. Motherfucker ask me, nigga, how you don't fuck up your shoes? Because I tell him I'm barely in them. You see what I'm saying? By saying I'm vibing so high, G, that I'm barely having an effect on my shoes because I'm not in them like that. So yeah, look at it like that. The higher the density, the higher you vibing. The lower the density, the lower you vibing. And the shadow walkers, if they can keep you at the third density and below, which they got everybody at now, they decent. They ain't got to worry about you because they got that on lock. The third density, look at it as chakras. So use your imagination. Look at these densities as chakras. Look at them as 1 through 9 under the metal neck tube. So if you want to look at them as chakras. Let's just play with the chakra. I'm going to let you have that one. Third density will be the emotional realm, right? The third density will be the stomach. The third chakra will be the stomach, right? Or am I wrong?
Nah, you're right. That's the third chakra.
What is that? The third chakra is the stomach, the seat of emotions, right?
Passion, emotion.
Right.
Yeah, shit like that.
So if I got weaponry that I can control you in that, I'm not gonna let you get to the fourth chakra. What's the fourth chakra? Ain't that the heart chakra? Right. So I'm gonna keep you at the fourth chakra, which is the third density. I'm gonna keep you at the third chakra, which is the third density, because I can control you there. I'm gonna keep you twirling there forever. And I ain't never got to worry about you going up to the third or fourth chakra, because what happened when you at the crown chakra?
It's enlightenment.
Okay, what happened when you at the 12th density?
Enlightenment.
Thank you. That's how you can see it. You see what I'm saying? It's just related to whatever you want. So now you see why they don't want you to get to those densities. And see, they know how to manipulate the densities. We don't. We only see the effects.
So like you were saying, the chemtrails and the music, the vibrations of the music through the vibrations of the TV, the colors.
I'll keep you locked in the third density. When we're moving into the fourth density, that's the end of the Bible with Revelations, and you're either gonna go to heaven or you're gonna go to hell. We're moving into the fourth density. Now, if you go to the fourth density, what is the fourth density, Poe? Okay, that's like, say you got the squirrel, the man, the stage, and now the man is creating shit. Now he done made some shit. Now he got a car, he got a whip, he got headphones. He freaking this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, go to the fourth chakra, it's the heart. You know what I'm saying? And if you go to the metal next to it, it's divine law. So now we're going into the age of Aquarius, the fourth density. You know what I'm saying? Divine law. Now, they want to keep as many niggas as they can on the third density before this transition comes. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, they don't know, it might not take place if they can stop it. It might not take place. They don't know, they testing it to see. So they figure if we can keep as many humans on the third density, the third chakra, then under the metric nectar, we're going to go from 10, 9, and 7, meaning under the 7th spirit, 10, 9, and 8. If we can keep them locked in the 8th spirit, what is 8? So back, what is 8 under the metric nectar? So concrete objects, like material objects, the underworld. If we can keep them under the material concrete objects, which is the money, you know, shit like that. If you go to the fourth spirit, if you go to the third spirit, the third chakra, emotional seat, you know what I'm saying? If you go to the density, that's just human. So what they saying is under the density act, the third spirit, you human, all you is Adam and Eve. You just a human. You always in the Adam and Eve mode, learning. You're a new species. You new in the mind. You new. You see what I'm saying?
So they want to keep like an animal learning, like. Is that kind of like what they show us, like talking animals and shit like that, like the Disney cartoons and all that type of shit, the talking animals and.
The phase in, you come in when you like the caveman in the cave, and you roll in the motherfucking rock. Yeah, that's third density. That's man. That's just man, and he rolling a rock.
So there's no real consciousness yet.
Right, but see, that's the beginning of the third density. Now we come born into the ending of the third density, which we got conscious, we kicking it, we doing shit like this, want to go into the fourth density. Now we don't know what that look like. You see what I'm saying? It could be some whole other shit. I think it's when you actually manifest, create, do some real God body shit, some X-Man shit. But they don't want you to get there. We can get there. They don't want us to get there. You know what I'm saying? So they create a world like Shadrach and all these negative shit to keep feeding. First of all, to keep feeding. And second of all, if we wake up, they can't feed. That's how it looks. So they create these situations, these realities. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker down over nigga stepping on his shoes. You seen some little situation about the little girl that got killed and put in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? They create these crazy ass situations.
But from their world, it just read out like a frequency of a certain color.
Energy, yep. It just freed out all God energy. It's like a vapor. Just imagine a big ass cloud. Every time you look through their lenses, they see this big ass radar. So I don't know if you've seen it's this conspiracy show they playing on Facebook, and he got where he was showing this grid of America, and when they spray these chemicals, it was turning. You will see it turning red, and it'll be the whole America. It'd be like a red wave, and then it'd be a blue wave. Now you gotta look at that as like seeing something on the radar. Now all you see is blue or purple or gray. The the color turned gray. They know, okay, we on it cracking. It's time to go get that energy. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what we doing. They already know what they're doing. The gray energy is over Chicago. So now they put more dope. So on the surface, in order to pump, they need more energy. On the surface, it's gonna look like this in Chicago. A flood of dope just came in. More dope just came in out of nowhere. A pile of guns, just like that. That's how it's gonna look. Now, after they drop the dope and the guns and then put out the newest rapper, they sit back. And now they go back and then about a week later, they shit them grown, puffed up even more. You know what I'm saying? So they do a slick move, take all the drugs and the guns away and got niggas starving. Now they see which one get more energy, which one make more niggas miserable, which one make more death. And in the drought, more niggas die because niggas sticking up now. So niggas in the drought, so they say, okay, let's pull the drugs out more. Let's just dump them with a whole bunch. Let everybody play the game, then pull them out more. And then we can produce the organ energy of negativity so we can feed back at home.
But now this plays out subconsciously, right? Because like it's hard to believe. A lot of people believe that an unseen force taking over somebody's body. You're saying that this happens subconsciously, right? That like it's kind of automatic, and that people aren't aware that they taking part in this shit, or
because they use the term I blacked out lightly. They use the term when they ask themselves what the fuck was I thinking. They use that too damn lightly. They don't know that at that moment something took over your body. Yeah, it's gonna feel like it's you making this decision, but it's really not you, because why is the urge that great? You know what I'm saying? To when you do this shit, then you sit back, you say, what the fuck was I thinking? That's just a simple example. They pump you in that animalistic mode. They need you in that second density. So they pump a situation, make your heart rate go up. Once it's going, they say, okay, we got it going. You know what I'm saying? Now they pump the reality, the illusion a little harder. Now it's going up. Now it's going, they pumping it. Now they need the conversation and the intellect to keep it going, to stimulate it, the situation. So now you in animalistic thinking just naturally. You already off balance. You already sleep. You live like this naturally. So all they got to do is just do like that. Goddammit, and now it's gone and you black out. Now Ray shot such and such. Tommy Boy blew such and such head off in broad daylight. Did everybody see him? Yeah. So what was he thinking? Shit, think about it. They do it in broad daylight. He locked up now. Okay, so what was he thinking? Did he think he was going to go home, or did he just be like, fuck it, I want to end my life, or I want to go to jail for the rest of my life right now because of this?
What I'm hearing from you, what I got you saying, the key is to keep people in that vibratory, like the readiness already. So when they, like you say, they snap their fingers, and it's like, so like you saying that the conditioning, all of this stuff is the conditioning to keep people in this state of mind.
It's always they condition them to stay in a mode of snap. That's why they always say, oh, that nigga snap. That nigga went out. They already living in a mode to get ready to snap. So all they got to do is they made it easy, snap their fingers. It's as easy as making a new song, you know what I'm saying? And a nigga stepping on the motherfucker's shoes and he snap out the body. So they already got niggas in animalistic mode, breathing, you know what I'm saying? Functioning. You know, the dope boy, like I always say, the dope boy, the one with all the bricks, breathing slow. It's the motherfucking pack worker who breathing in heavy, hard as hell because he looking out for the police. He watching out for the stick up man. It's all type of shit. Niggas shoot. You see what I'm saying? And in that breathing rate, you can already see that he liable to do any fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can keep you in your animalistic nature, which is under the reptilian breathing, if I can keep you in the way we breathe, then shit, I can play with your ass all day. You already under hypnosis. You know what I'm saying? You already under a spell just off your breathing.
All right, this is a lot to take in. Like I said, I'm trying to do these in nice little cuts so we can. You don't want to overwhelm. You know what I'm saying? I want to do a part 3 to this. You know what I'm saying? But I want to do these in sections because it's. You know, I want to just keep reintroducing it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to overwhelm the listener because it is a lot to take in, and you got to train your eye, and you got to train your mind to see it. So I do want to make this into a series. You know what I'm saying? That people have a lot of different reference points to go back and watch. You know what I'm saying?
But Smith, that's why we break it down into the itty bitty like sciences like Smith. You know, all your enemies, they is one person. You know, that's why we kind of train them to see that, to get them to see that already before they go intergalactical. You know what I'm saying? That a motherfucker piss you off, and at the end of the day, another nigga piss you off, but you snap. You thinking it's that person, that last person that pissed you off, but you don't understand it was the build up of shit that happened, plus the people that pissed you off that led you to the last person. That was just a snap. You know what I'm saying? And people can't see that their day is 9 times out of 10 being set up like this for you to be aggravated as hell by the time you get home. So your wife do something, your husband do something, you snap it. You see what I'm saying? But they don't know this. You know, they don't see the setup. Once you see the first setup, you see the second when you laugh like, oh, so by this time I'd have been fucked this motherfucker up. You know, due to the fact that how my day started off, that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just trying to train people's eyes and minds, you know what I'm saying, to see this on a daily, because it do take, like you said, take about 9 months to train your eye and train your mind. You know what I'm saying? To see it as it's playing out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it happen right in front of you, you still don't see it, and then you don't go back and think about it till later on, then you kind of see it. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get people to be able to see it as it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because
let me get into that. What we do stuff like this, like don't what I was gonna say, man. To train your mind to see this, don't just always ask why. Like when you see the hurricane and the niggas busting in the doors and shit and the wind blowing, just ask why. And when you can't find the why, that's when you go into the imagination. Because you ask yourself why. Why is we thinking like this? What is going on here? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why is we here instead of there? You know, ask why, and you're going to realize ain't no why.
mind control.
Yeah, just look at this, man. Fred Hampton, how old was he when he was doing his thing?
20s.
How that look? Can you imagine that shit now?
Not really.
Okay, now imagine if we hadn't been tampered with through this manipulation of the situation, where we would be from then to now. Would we be breaking in a motherfucking store, stealing gym shoe Jordans in the middle of Hurricane Irma? Come on, man. So you see the manipulation, you see their footprint. How is this possible? But the way they did it in the midst of everybody else, to where they evolved and we still stuck. Imagine that. How do you do that?
Yeah. Technology, mind control.
Right, they ain't put us in no little box on no little land and just close us off from the earth or the west of the world. They put us right in the west side. They made Henry Hornets right there and still played you motherfuckers. Think about that. You in this little ass area and it's terror as hell, then you just go across the street and it's beautiful. How the fuck did they do that? And keep niggas contained in that little area. Think about that.
Like I wanna do the next one strictly on mind control. Like I wanna, even though this is one of the first topics that I came into when I first started studying these topics, I do want to just talk about Orion mind control and how it's evolved over the years. You know what I'm saying?
What we call it? We call it Puppet Master RBG mode.
Yeah, because it's the difference. Like you think about MK Ultra, that has really evolved, and people aren't really talking about how that shit is updated. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you think about MK Ultra, they talk about stuff from like the 70s and 80s, and like we want to talk about like Grand Theft Auto and like the stuff that they doing now with Google Glasses and all type of shit they got going on. What's the I can't even think of the name, but yeah, they got interactive like the shit that's going on with your face right now. You know what I'm saying? With like this type of shit that they doing that's able to like code faces and like you know what I'm saying. I mean, and make your face into a demon, make your face into a clown, make your face into a fairy. Like they got all type of stuff out now that they just constantly developing. You see what I'm saying? To further blend the technology with the humans. You know what I'm saying? And it's all really mind control. So I want to do, you know what I'm saying, a real good episode strictly on mind control. But you know what I'm saying? I want to cut down. Like I said, I know you want to keep going. I'll be trying to make these short. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I just hope they got the full drawing. Basically, you know, Orion. Just looking at some goddamn bogus ass aliens and shit and the Dracons, you know, that's why you got the word Draco, you know what I'm saying? They put it in the rap. They got you rapping about them now. It's wow. Go ahead.
Yeah.
These like some bogus ass ruthless aliens, you know what I'm saying, for the imagination, and they trying to take over the world and they love negative energy. So they set niggas up to be in a negative situation so they can feed off the negative energy. So you like, well, who was the superhero? The saga continues. Go ahead, B.
All right, well, shit, we gonna wrap this one up here. It's your boy K-blao Hood X again with Poemoe or Godspeed. Make sure you sign up for Hood X. Make sure you sign up for Godspeed. Make sure you like Hood X on Facebook. Make sure you like Godspeed on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Godspeed. Peace.